This is a story that came out in the Washington Post. They shot the wrong man. Police say they killed a mall shooter, then said they made a mistake. They are doing what they do best, ladies and gentlemen, fuck everything up on the world stage. So let's get into this story. There was a shooting at this Alabama mall that sent people running, of course. And then the police do what they do best, show up on the scene, shoot first, ask questions later. And they shot a black 21-year-old man, Emantic Fitzgerald Bradford Jr., who had nothing to do with the shooting. And they patted themselves on the back and thank God for getting the shooter, to later find out they shot the wrong man. And the shooter, ladies and gentlemen, is still at large. That sounds about right for the kind of job that these cops do in America. And of course, they did the typical stereotype, this guy right here, they shot him to death and he was not even the shooter. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there was a shooting at the mall in Alabama. These cops rolled up on the wrong guy, killed him, and this is the kind of stuff they said after they shot him. They just knew they had the right guy. The mayor came out and said, "The police are heroes. Thank God we had our officers very close." The police chief came out to boast some too. The police chief, Nick Durzett, told AL.com they heard the gunfire, they engaged the subject and took the threat out. In the meantime, the real guy that did the shooting, he already fled. He's at large now. And the wrong guy that they killed, he's in the morgue. It's just amazing how they patted themselves on the back for their fuck up. Just like them. So this is the guy's aunt right here, who's very upset. And of course, she wants justice for her nephew being shot. So in this story, they're trying to still twist the story around to make it look like he was involved some kind of way. But there is no amount of twisting that's making that happen, ladies and gentlemen. This is so typical. You would think with all of their police reform and better training and yada, 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 and they're still coming out in the public and doing these crappy ass jobs and killing the wrong people. And, we had the security guard that was really a hero. He was shot to death when the cops showed up on the scene. And now the cops rolled up on the scene at the mall in Alabama, and they took out another good guy that was doing nothing, but he was in the mall that day. You know the deal, y'all. He showed up on the scene, saw black, and started shooting. Okay, so Bradford had photos of himself in an army uniform posted on Facebook. So, his lawyer said that, the family said he was honorably discharged from the army. And one of his Catholic school teachers came out and talked about he was a super sweet, fun, and kind and good-hearted young man who never had a bad word to say to anyone. His former Catholic high school teacher, Carl Dean, told The Hoover. About an hour before the shooting, Bradford posted a photo of himself on Facebook showing him posing in a doorway, t-shirt in which he would die. Digital scribbles on the photo obscured his left hand, in which appeared to be holding something. That doesn't mean it was a gun. Okay, so don't go there. Gunshots rang out on the second floor of the mall shortly before 10 p.m., according to police and witnesses' accounts. Cell phone videos show people fleeing through the food court, knocking over cash register, and cowering in employee back rooms. An unidentified 18-year-old was shot and was last reported to be in serious condition at a hospital. A 12-year-old girl standing nearby was apparently struck by a stray bullet. Her mother later wrote on Facebook. A military medic used a shirt from a rack at a nearby store to stop her bleeding. She is expected to recover. In this chaos, AL reported several shoppers were seen with their guns drawn. It is unclear where Bradford was during the shooting. Two uniformed police officers working as security guards intercepted him in front of a shoe store on the second level. Now, my question is, what made you think you had the right guy? This is some really shitty police work, y'all. Okay, just because they intercepted him, that doesn't mean that is the shooter. Where a graphic photo spreading online shows him lying on the tile with a pool of blood around his head. While moving towards the shooting scene, one of the officers encountered a suspect brandishing a pistol and shot him, police wrote in their first public statement immediately after the shooting. In their revised statement the following evening, they said Bradford was shot and killed while fleeing the shooting scene while brandishing a handgun. In two graphic videos taken outside the shoe store, shoppers watch in astonishment. That boy didn't shoot nobody. He's dead, a man down the corridor said. As officers stand over Bradford and pin someone else on the floor, they just killed that black boy for no reason. These are what the customers are saying. He probably got a gun license and everything, because them, they assume a black man is not a licensed gun owner. If they got a gun, then something's wrong. If a white man got a gun and it's not licensed, they don't question nothing. Bradford did have a license to carry a concealed gun, according to the civil rights attorney, Ben Crumb. Yeah, he's there, right? Who was hired by the family this week after previously representing Black shooting victims such as Stephon Clark and Trayvon Martin. Bradford is one of more than 850 people who have been shot and killed by police in the United States this year, according to a Washington Post database. And the latest of many Black men whose deaths have led to accusation of systematic racism in the U.S. law enforcement system. The system in America are dangerous for and to Black people, Bernice King, daughter of Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., wrote as accounts of Bradford's killing spread virally on Twitter. And this is him right here again with his mother. Here's some more pictures with his mom. On Saturday, a group of protesters marched around through the mall, followed by Hoover police officers and joined by several of Bradford's family members, as seen in ABC 3340's live feed. These relatives describe Bradford as the youngest member of the military family, the son of a Marine who was a great aunt, put it, chose country first, not a bullet. They shot the wrong man, another woman said, consoling the aunt. You know, I don't believe the police account in anything with good reason. I don't believe their account. And even if he had a gun, why do you show up on the scene and not at least find out what's going on? And that's the problem. I don't know. Do white cops got a problem communicating with black people? It must be that, because whenever they come on the scene, it's shoot first and then find out what's going on after the fact. Never made any sense to me. That's exactly why the security guard, that was the real hero, was killed for the same reason. The crowd is yelling, "That's a security guard, that's a security guard." And they shoot and killed him anyway. America got the worst cops on the face of the earth. And your fuck ups are now going out worldwide. And they need to. I'm glad everybody on this planet finally sees how policing is done in America and how unprofessional these cops' conduct is whenever there is a situation going on. And you see how fast they were to pat each other on the back. Oh, the cops were there. Oh my God. Yeah, they were there and they came and shot the wrong guy. All I have to say to the family, y'all check those videotapes to see what happened, exactly where your son was in the mall when the shooting went down, because you will find on many occasions that the police account does not match the video. We've seen that many, many, many times. But my heart goes out to the Bradford family. Nobody have to endure this kind of thing. But in America, you can expect these kind of things to happen out of the police. It really is terrible policing going on up in here. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen, of them shooting the wrong man. And I just can't get over how they just immediately congratulated each other. And then by the next morning, they found out they shot the wrong guy. And the real guy that they should have gotten, he's still at large, ladies and gentlemen. The police work is just breathtaking. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I will see you on the next video. Peace, family.